Well, it's been a journey of redemption, resilience, and one of a history making for head coach Otto, who has qualified Ghana for a second World Cup in the USA, Canada, and Mexico. He becomes the first man, local or expatriate, to take Ghana to 2 World Cups after he did so in 2022. And all of this is actually coming on the back of the AFCON failure, where Ghana went the entire game without winning, the entire qualifiers without winning a single game. People were not too happy with that particular run, but he's managed to change the narrative in the World Cup qualifiers, and he's been able to guide Ghana unblemished when it comes to the World Cup qualifiers. The man we're talking about is Coach Otto. Coach, it's good to have you.
Thank you.
Great. Let me first start off. How does this feel for you personally as a coach to be the man to take Ghana to 2 World Cups? Like I said in my intro, local or expatriates.
Yeah, so for me, it's always a teamwork, and it's not about me. I have to thank the technical staff, the players, to help us to achieve what we achieved. Also the people of Ghana for supporting us. There are a lot of people who prayed for us, and I really, really want to thank you. It's always a teamwork, and if we work together, I think we can achieve a lot.
I'm sure after the AFCON qualifiers, you would say that you were not monitoring what was happening on social media, but a lot of people were not too impressed with that outing. You managed to change the narrative in the World Cup qualifiers. Just talk to me about how you did it for the World Cup qualifiers.
Yeah, actually, we really, really went deep on what we have to improve on. So on the pitch, but also off the pitch. And off the pitch, I think it was clear there was too much noise around the team, too much talking, too much media talking points. So this really distracted the team from focusing on the game. And then also internally, we had to focus on our unity. You know, we had a lot of talks. I had a lot of talks with a lot of players. I flew around a lot, and I think once we managed this whole, discussion points about who is wearing what jersey or who is the captain or whatsoever. Me personally, I don't really care about that. I think, but it helped a lot at the end for us to unify, to focus on the football, and for that we didn't change too much in the way we played. There were also some positive, despite the results at the AFCON qualifiers. We wanted to lean on these positive points to bring it in, and then with some new elements, and that's how we succeeded in the World Cup qualifiers.
They say that one of the biggest strengths for a coach is how he deals with the noise outside. I'm sure you've been seeing, or sometimes you get people telling you what people say about you. How do you handle that? Not the team in a whole, but you personally.
Actually, to be honest, in my head, I always go through what is the worst thing that can happen. So I'm not surprised if things happen, because I already expect them to happen. I know what will happen when things go well, and I know what will happen when things go bad. I've experienced it as a player also, so it's nothing new to me. And once you make this in your head, I think you are quite balanced. So if things don't go well, I won't be like down or I want to quit or whatsoever. And the same thing is, if things go really well, it's not like I'm exaggerating and I think that I'm the greatest or whatever. You just try to be in the middle, try to learn. No matter if you lose, if you win, try to get better. And this is what I'm focusing on.
Okay. Let's get into the World Cup qualification series. I mean, after the AFCON qualifiers, there was a bit of a shakeup at the tech team. Winfred Schaefer was brought in. Desmond Affair was elevated from his role. At the time he was with the U20 team, came to the Black Stars. I know coaches don't like to talk about individuals, but I want to push you to do this. Just talk to me about that shakeup, starting with Schaefer and Desmond Affair. Do you think that contributed to Ghana qualifying for the World Cup?
Yeah, everything. So, I mean, surely I have to start with the World Cup qualification games. We played without them. So we really did well with the old stuff also to beat Mali in Mali. and then to beat Central African Republic after being 2-1 behind. So the old staff did a really, really good job. And now surely the contribution goes to the new stuff. Everybody was positive. It's difficult, and it was difficult at the beginning, especially where we didn't win for quite a long time, to bring positivity into the players, into the team, into the squad, and that's where Desmond, with his experience from other qualification games he had with under 20, and then with his experience as a coach, but also especially Winnie, then also with his experience as a coach, being through all these things, helped us also to get positivity in. And then once we got it, combined with the first result, they beat the win against Chad, and then following up the 3-0 against Madagascar thing, we had this positivity and this unity in the team, and this is what carried us through.
Okay. Qualification is now done and dusted. Several highlights in there. The positives one of course is Jordan Ayew, 14 goals, contribution for Ghana, 7 goals, 7 assists. He's the man on the lips of every Ghanaian after what he did for the Black Stars. What are your thoughts about him?
About him, but also about all the players. They did really extremely well. Surely the defenders who also played well won't be in the highlights like somebody who scores the goal, but despite the goals, his role as a leader, I really, really liked that. How he got everyone together, how he acted as a role model, very, very disciplined, because the players, especially young players, look up to him. So him, and then the whole leadership group with Kudos, with Thomas Partey, with Jiku, it was really, really good. And this is how we have to stay. We have to keep the same spirit, the same discipline, the same focus, and then I think we can also get further in the World Cup qualification games.
All right. I just want you to give me how you describe the whole qualification series for you. Maybe if you want to see one word, then you can explain further. Just describing the whole qualification series.
One word would be it was good, and the players were really adaptive, because we changed systems, we changed players also sometimes, and I'm really proud of the players, how they transferred our ideas, the ideas from the staff onto the pitch.
The draw will be done on December 5. Next year will be another big test for you after what you did in Qatar. You missed out on the AFCON. So what it means that it would be a second proper tournament for you. For the benefit of hindsight and what you did at the Qatar World Cup, people are expecting that you do way more better than what we saw at the Qatar World Cup. I mean, the only win that came was against South Korea, 3-2. What are your expectations for the tournament in Canada, USA, and Mexico?
So we have to take it step by step, and realistically speaking, surely we want to survive the group stage. Let's see which group we get, but we have to survive the group stage. We have to go into the knockout stages. And once we get there, I think then anything can happen, depending also on the opponents. But then in these games, the football world has become tighter. We can feel it in Africa that so-called small teams can harm bigger teams, and it's the same in the world. There's no more like small African country. I know that our team is strong enough to beat anyone.
I look at the management team. It's got a blend of everything. There's Ghana's all-time top scorer in the Samoa Gyan. You have Ghana's former captain, Stephen Opia. These are influential people who, during the World Cup qualifiers, we saw what they did for the team in terms of impacting the knowledge they've got. What are your thoughts about these big personalities in and around the qualifiers, during the qualifiers?
Yeah, I think, first of all, it's very, very inspirational for all the players when they're around. And then surely they will give good advice, especially positional-wise, what to do. And this is really what we like. These interactions with their experience, not only hearing my voice or Desmond's voice, also some other voices who are backing us up this is exactly what we want, so that it sticks in their mind what to do, and players like these, legends like these around the team are the best thing for us which could have happened. But I want to say they were also there when things didn't work out so well, So Apia and also Samuel Kufwa, they have been helping us, inspiring us. The PFAG legends came to visit us, and this was even worth more, when things were going wrong, to keep us positive, to push us still, and because they have been through all these things before, and it was, I think 2006 was the same thing. Before the 2006 World Cup, they didn't qualify, and so they know how the players feel, and they can put themselves exactly in the same shoes, and this is where our players are also listening more.
I remember that game very well against Chad, 5-0. The starting 11 had Benjamin Asari starting. People said it was a way to win the funds back because we were playing at home and because it was a local boy. But then again, we've gone on to see him keep 5 clean sheets, and there's this huge debate out there about who tends to be Ghana's #1 at the World Cup. Your thoughts about him during the qualifiers, and what you think about the comparison between him and the other goalkeepers we've got?
Yeah, I mean, it's always little margins where we decide who will play and who not in general, not only with the goalkeepers. But once we take the decisions and the player who's in the goal now is doing well, there's no way we should think about any changes at the moment, But we still have 8 months to go. What I saw was Atizigi especially was also doing very well. Jose now very well in the training. So I really like this competitiveness which it brought up, and this is also what we try to do for the players. We try to bring in the best, and then also the best goalkeepers, but not because somebody's a local player or not local player or whatsoever. It's because of the performance. We always look on the performance, and in our eyes, who performs best deserves to win, and which fits in also with the system we want to play and the match plan. When it fits, then that person will play.
All right, Coach, I know from now to next year when the World Cup kicks in, anything can happen. I'm talking about the players will leave to their club side, they play for their clubs, they'll have some of their forms depend, some injuries and stuff. There is this conversation about if the door is also open for Edin Ketia and Callum Hudson-Odoi. This conversation has resurfaced again. What can you tell Ghanaians about these two players?
So I don't talk about players who are not in the squad. In general, it's always the same thing. We take every player or every possible player, we take it singular. So everybody has his own things to be surely looking about their performance. If there's an availability, if there is or was commitment for sure, and then at the end we decide. But it hasn't got anything to do with those two. In general, we do this. We assess every player, and if we think it can be a plus for our team, then surely we are always open to do this.
I remember one of your press conferences, you spoke about learning from coaches like Edin Terzic, Jürgen Klopp. People are still questioning your style of play during the qualifiers. There are some people who also say that when it comes to the African football, the most important thing you have to do is make sure you take the first box, which is getting your 3 points and making sure your team qualifies. This is your second stint with the Black Stars. What would you say your style of play is, or do you think is yet to manifest within the team?
Yeah, I think so. I think the modern football, and this is how I see it and how I am, very, very flexible. Very, very flexible. I don't think a coach can predict 100% when they play against me how we're going to play, and this makes it difficult to play against us, I believe. And yeah, I think we proved that we scored a lot of goals. We played well. We were very, very dominant in all of our matches at the World Cup qualification, and we were very dominant also in the AFCON qualification match. But it's just that we didn't score. We were ranked around the fourth highest. We were the fourth highest team in the African qualification games, who produced the most chances behind Morocco and Egypt, and I think Tunisia, and just like our execution was not good enough, and we have improved in that. I think we scored a lot of goals now, and it comes with a lot of things. Like I said, also the self-consciousness back from the players, and I hope we can keep this spirit up.
Coach, qualifying is one thing, performing at the tournament is another. There are people who are talking about this team with the potential of reaching the semis of the World Cup. What is your personal objective with this team heading to USA, Canada, and Mexico?
I think we can achieve anything with this team, but also we have to be realistic. If we, let's say, compare this team with the team from 2010, where we had players who were playing in top teams and Champions League teams. We had 7, 8 Champions League players in that team, and they reached, I think, the quarterfinals. So we don't have, at the moment, 8, 9 players who are playing regularly Champions League and big clubs like those days, Olympique Marseille, Inter Milan, Real Madrid, AC Milan, Juventus, or Sami Kufo was playing Bayern Munich. It takes a lot for a player to play in these kind of clubs. And we are not there yet, but we have a lot of potential who might reach to that point. And this is what we have to see. And sometimes even a World Cup can take these players there. This is what I'm hoping. But it's difficult to compare these guys and who reached the quarterfinal with us, and then to say we will for sure get more. But there are a lot of examples in the past, where, let's say, in Africa, where Zambia won, or in Europe, where Greece won the European Championship, despite France, Spain, Portugal, Italy, Germany being there. So anything can happen at such a tournament, and this is what we are aware of. But we have to keep our unity. We have to go the same direction. And this is the good about football and team sport. If you keep together, if you push each other, if you believe in each other, if you work hard, then anything is possible.
As part of making sure that this team is at that highest level, next month you get to play Japan and South Korea in the Asian tour. You faced Japan before in the friendlies. I think it was also as part of preparations for the World Cup. What do you think this high-profile friendlies will do for you and the team? To make sure that, because there's no AFCON for Ghana, and then we have to take advantage of the FIFA window we get before the World Cup.
Yeah, it's always good to see the boys play, to bond, to get this process of bonding, of unity, of understanding. The more games we have, the more we can combine better, we can understand each other better, and we can experience each other better on that level. And also for each and every player to show himself, because surely now these are the last games going to the World Cup. We have to make decisions based on their performance in their clubs, but also in the national teams against good opponents. So it's a big chance for everyone to prove himself, and for us also to see and get some answers.
Also, your words to the Ghanaian, people who follow you, a lot of people are particularly excited with you qualifying this team to the Canada, USA, and Mexico. What do you have to tell them?
No, just big thank you for supporting us. We could see that from day one, even after this bad AFCON, people were always there, packed in the stadium behind us, very positive, they're very friendly. Even towards me, no matter where I walked, everybody was supportive and friendly, and I really like that. I want to thank you all for that, those who supported us, even in our baddest days, and that you believed in us. Thank you very much.
I'd like to take your thoughts on, after the game, we saw you at the Accra Sports Stadium. You were watching the Accra Hearts of Oak and Hearts of Lions game. I've seen you at a couple of venues at the GPL matches. Your thoughts about our local league and the talent you've seen there?
I think it's very interesting. That's why I always try to get around to see a lot of games, not only in Accra, also outside Accra, to travel to Tamale, to Sonyani, to Kumasi, but also to whatever place like Takwa, just to get the feel, just to get the experience, and it helps me a lot to see a lot of players, a lot of variety players, and a lot of different players, and we have some players who are close to the squad, to the national squad. I was very happy that Prince made it to the squad, Prince Owusu from Mediama, And I know that there are more players out there. And let's see if they can also make process in their games a little bit here and there. We will surely observe them furthermore, and then at the end we will decide if somebody else can make it into the squad.
When you look at the World Cup, you're going there to meet top coaches. Brazil have bringing in Carlo Ancelotti. England have gotten Thomas Tuchel. These are coaches who have won at wherever they've been. Does that put some bit of a fear in you, or you think that it's a chance for you to learn from the best?
So first of all, it's not about me. It's not a direct duel, me against the coach. It's not like I'm playing chess against Tuchel. So it's the team. So it's all together. And for me, I never thought about this. And I know that all of them, they have all lost. They have all lost a lot of games, and a lot of important games as well. So if anyone else can beat them, I can also beat them, and we can beat them for sure.
What are your expectations ahead of the draw on December 5? I mean, you wouldn't know who will be paired against, but the teams that are qualifying are beginning to, get into those spaces. What are you expecting on December 5?
I mean, I know that at the moment Ghana's not ranked high, so probably we'll get a tough group. So we have to expect that we get a tough opponents in our group, and we have to deal with it how it is, and it's not in our hands. We will see what we will get, and I'm excited about that. And for me, the most important thing is to overcome this group stage, and like I said, after this, anything can happen.
All right. Coach, on a lighter note, I like to do this with normally people we get to interview. Just want to find out about when we don't see you coaching, involved in active coaching day to day, what are some of the things you do to get you settled or to get you calm?
To get me calm?
Yeah.
I'm always working, to be honest, and because surely, as you see now also, we have just 1 month to the next game. So I already told my analysts to look for the Japan and South Korea games. They will send me a lot of clips, and then I will select them. I will look into this, but besides that, I will travel. I will visit players who are injured. I will talk to players who are already in the team, to leaders, about what we can or how we can improve. I will have to talk to the GFA to prepare everything, also to organize. I will talk with my staff and my technical staff how we can prepare everything best as possible. And then surely also I will watch players maybe live, those players who are on the edge, who are likely maybe to come, who didn't get much playing time now at this World Cup qualification windows. So everything will be packed, and I don't know if I can relax a day or two in between, but surely I will try. And if I have some spare time, surely I will try to use this with my family.
That's you still involved in everyday football activities then?
For sure, I have to prepare I have to prepare myself as best as possible. That's okay. For sure.
Any music, your favorite music, or something that you used to calm yourself down?
I mean, I love music. I like music, especially a lot of Ghanaian artists. So yeah, there's Stonebwoy, Satawale, Mr. Easy. So there are a lot of music also from Nigeria, from South Africa. There's so many good music at the moment, so I listen to a lot of music. King Promise for sure.
All right, Coach. Thank you so much and all the best ahead of the World Cup in the USA, Canada, and Mexico. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
All right, so that's Black Stars head coach Otto Addo, the first coach local expatriates to qualify Ghana to back-to-back World Cups. Bringing us closer to what happened during the 2026 World Cup qualifiers and his expectations ahead of Ghana's participation in the FIFA World Cup in the USA, Canada, and Mexico. Coach, thank you so much. And we'll try and come to you. After this, hopefully you just bring us the trophy. It will be big ones for us. And yes, my name is Gabiofe.